She is the latest in a growing list of actresses and film industry professionals to accuse. The Oscar-winning producer Kate Beckinsale attends The Only Living Boy in New York premiere at the Museum of Modern Art in New York on the 7th of August 2017. Theo Wargo, Getty Images. Kate Beckinsale is the latest Hollywood actress to come forward about Harvey Weinstein sexually harassing her when she was just 17 and hampering her career. The Underworld actress posted her statement to Instagram with a picture of her as a teenager. Ms. Beckinsale wrote that when she was called to meet Mr. Weinstein at the Savoy Hotel in London, he opened the door in a bathrobe. I was incredibly naive and young, and it did not cross my mind that this older, unattractive man would expect me to have any sexual interest in him, she wrote. She left the room uneasy but unscathed and said that a few years later Mr. Weinstein could not remember if he had tried anything with her at that first meeting. Ms. Beckinsale declined invitations to work on Miramax productions several times over the following years, a move she said prompted Mr. Weinstein to reportedly call her vulgar names and threaten her. I was called to meet Harvey Weinstein at the Savoy Hotel when I was 17. I assumed it would be in a conference room, which was very common. When I arrived, reception told me to go to his room. He opened the door in his bathrobe. I was incredibly naive and young, and it did not cross my mind that this older, unattractive man would expect me to have any sexual interest in him. After declining alcohol and announcing that I had school in the morning, I left, uneasy but unscathed. A few years later, he asked me if he had tried anything with me in that first meeting. I realized he couldn't remember if he had assaulted me or not. I had what I thought were boundaries. I said no to him professionally many times over the years, some of which ended up with him screaming at me, calling me a cunt and making threats, some of which made him laughingly tell people, "Oh, Kate lives to say no to me." It speaks to the status quo in this business that I was aware that standing up for myself and saying no to things, while it did allow me to feel uncompromised in myself, undoubtedly harmed my career and was never something I felt supported by anyone other than my family. I would like to applaud the women who have come forward, and to pledge that we can from this create a new paradigm where producers, managers, executives and assistants and everyone who has in the past shrugged and said, well, that's just Harvey Mr. Insert name here, will realize that we in numbers can affect real change. For every moment like this, there have been thousands where a vulnerable person has confided outrageous unprofessional behavior and found they have no recourse, due to an atmosphere of fear that it seems almost everyone has been living in. I had a male friend who, based on my experience, warned a young actress who said she was going to dinner with Harvey to be careful. He received a phone call the next day saying he would never work in another Miramax film. The girl was already sleeping with Harvey and had told him that my friend had warned her off. Let's stop allowing our young women to be sexual cannon fodder, and let's remember that Harvey is an emblem of a system that is sick, and that we have work to do. A post shared by Kate Beckinsale at Kate Beckinsale on October 12, 2017 at 6:02 m.p.d.t. It speaks to the status quo in this business that I was aware that standing up for myself and saying no to things undoubtedly harmed my career. The Van Helsing actress said, though, that made her feel more empowered. It was not a decision supported by colleagues in the industry. She also detailed an incident in which a male friend had warned another young, female actress who had a dinner meeting with Mr. Weinstein. Unfortunately, the kind gesture backfired. Mr. Weinstein was sleeping with the actress and reportedly barred Ms. Beckinsale's male friend from working on another Miramax production. She called on the industry to create a new paradigm as a result of the allegations against Mr. Weinstein becoming public. Let's stop allowing our young women to be sexual cannon fodder, Ms. Beckinsale pleaded with others in the film industry. More about Kate Beckinsale. Harvey Weinstein reuse content. We use cookies to enhance your visit to our site and to bring you advertisements that might interest you. Read our privacy and cookie policies to find out more. We've noticed that you are using an ad blocker. Advertising helps fund our journalism and keep it truly independent. It helps to build our international editorial team, from war correspondents to investigative reporters, commentators to critics. Click here to view instructions on how to disable your ad blocker, and help us to keep providing you with free-thinking journalism for free. Thank you for your support. How to disable your ad blocker for independent.co.uk. Adblock Plus. Click the Adblock Plus icon, which is to the right of your address bar. On Adblock, click Don't Run on Pages on this domain. On Adblock Plus, click Enabled on this site to disable ad blocking for the current website you are on. If you are in Firefox, click Disable on independent.co.uk. Firefox Tracking Protection. If you are private browsing in Firefox, tracking protection may cause the ad block notice to show. It can be temporarily disabled by clicking the shield icon in the address bar. Ghostery. Click the Ghostery icon. In versions before 6.0, click Whitelist Site. In version 6.0, click Trust Site or add independent.co.uk to your trusted site list. In versions before 6.0, you will see the message site is whitelisted. Click Reload the page to see your changes. Click the uBlock icon. Then click the big power button to whitelist the current website, and its state will be remembered next time you visit the website. Then reload the page. Thank you for supporting independent.co.uk.